Have you ever poured your heart into something only to hear no in response? Maybe it was a job you thought you nailed, a person you cared for deeply, or a dream that just didn't take off. Rejection can feel like failure, like personal defeat. But what if I told you that rejection isn't the end? It's a doorway. In this video, we're diving deep into 10 powerful lessons drawn from the ancient philosophies of Stoicism and Buddhism that will help you reframe rejection, not as a setback, but as a stepping stone to personal greatness. Let's begin. 1. Rejection is redirection. One of the most empowering shifts we can make is to stop seeing rejection as punishment and start seeing it as guidance. You didn't get that job. Maybe it wasn't aligned with your strengths. A relationship didn't work out. Maybe it was clearing space for something healthier. In Buddhism, there's a saying, when one door closes, another opens. And in Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, what stands in the way becomes the way. The truth is, every rejection is a form of redirection. It's life's way of saying, there's a better path for you. One that might not make sense yet, but will with time. 2. Let go of ego and attachment. Much of the pain from rejection doesn't come from the situation itself. It comes from how tightly we hold on to our expectations. Buddha said, you only lose what you cling to. And the Stoics would agree. Pain arises when we tie our happiness to external outcomes. When you're rejected, the ego screams, I wasn't good enough. But ego is a fragile mask. Beneath it is your true self, unchanged by praise or criticism. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means loosening your grip on how you think things should be and making space for how things could be. 3. Feedback is a gift, even if it's hard to hear. Most people avoid feedback after rejection because it's uncomfortable, but this is exactly where growth happens. Did you ever ask why you didn't get that job or why someone turned you down? That insight might hold the key to your next success. Stoicism teaches that discomfort is necessary for growth. Buddhism views obstacles as opportunities for awakening. Feedback isn't about judgment, it's about clarity. Treat it as a tool, not an attack. 4. Build emotional resilience. Rejection is unavoidable, but suffering from it, that's optional. In the Dhammapada it says, like a solid rock is not shaken by the wind. Even so, the wise are not moved by praise or blame. Stoics like Epictetus believed the same. True strength is staying grounded regardless of what life throws at you. Resilience is built like muscle, by facing difficulty and moving through it. Every time you get back up, you're reinforcing your inner strength. So don't fear rejection. Use it as emotional weight training. 5. Don't take it personally. This might be one of the hardest lessons to learn. Rejection feels personal, but more often than not, it's not. You might not have been the right fit for that team. Your timing might have been off. Someone else may have had an edge you weren't even aware of. The Stoics remind us, some things are within our control, others are not. Your worth doesn't hinge on someone else's decision. Once you stop tying your self-esteem to external events, you free yourself. You are still whole, still worthy, regardless of who accepts or rejects you. 6. Rejection expands your comfort zone. Sometimes rejection is the only thing strong enough to shake us out of our routines. You get rejected, and suddenly you're forced to adapt. Maybe you try a new industry, develop a new skill, pivot your plan, and just like that, you grow. Buddhism teaches, concentrate the mind on the present moment. When rejection pushes you out of the familiar, It invites you into the now, into fresh action. So instead of shrinking, expand. Use rejection as fuel to do what you were too scared or too comfortable to do before. 7. Adopt a growth mindset. Rejection stings most when we think it defines us. But what if it was simply part of the process? A growth mindset, a concept echoed by both modern psychology and ancient philosophy, invites us to see setbacks not as verdicts, but as lessons. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting." In other words, failure is fertilizer. It feeds your future success. Keep asking, what is this teaching me? That question alone changes the game. 8. Practice stillness before reaction. When rejection hits, our first instinct is to react. Get angry, spiral, give up. But ancient wisdom teaches us to pause instead. Buddhist meditation and Stoic journaling share a core belief. Clarity comes in stillness. Before responding to rejection, sit with it. Breathe. Observe. Don't let temporary emotion drive permanent decisions. In that pause, you'll often find insight. Insight that could lead you to your next breakthrough. 9. Be patient and kind to yourself. This journey is not a sprint. It's a long path with many detours. The Buddha said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." Rejection is a moment, not a judgment, not the end. Stoicism encourages self-discipline, yes, but also reason and compassion. Be kind to yourself. Speak to yourself like you would to a friend going through the same thing. You're allowed to feel hurt. You're also allowed to heal. 10. Keep showing up. Here's the ultimate truth. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never face rejection. They're the ones who keep showing up anyway. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. Even the Buddha faced ridicule in his early days. What separates the ordinary from the extraordinary isn't talent, it's endurance. The Stoics call this fortitude. The Buddhists call it right effort. Whatever you name it, keep going. Every no gets you closer to the yes that really matters. Rejection hurts. There's no denying it. But it also reveals. It reveals your courage, your strength, your capacity to grow. So the next time life hands you a no, remember these 10 lessons. Don't run, don't crumble. Instead, lean in, breathe, and walk forward wiser than you were before. Because rejection isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it.